All right, we're back. We're back. We had a recording and then we realized we didn't have tickets and then the binder crashed Magic Online. But we're gonna try Red Rage tonight by choice of chat here. We're gonna put a couple unlicensed hearses in here instead of playing Stormbreath Dragon, and of course we'll probably run into blue-white control, but that's okay. We're trying this Fable out. People are really hyped about Fable in these red lists, so we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. We got good old Chandra, Eidolons up here, a bunch of Squeeze and Goblin Rabble Masters, Lightning Bolts, Ragavans. We're going to hit them hard, and we're going to hit them fast. Let's go ahead and play some Magic. The secret is I get you to open the bad chests so you can open the good ones. There you go. We opened one. We accidentally didn't grab all the chests we were going to sell, and so we opened one, and it was a complete train wreck. Logical, you have a good one. Take care. Work calls in the morning. Oh, work. I am hoping that tomorrow I don't wake up exceedingly sore. We moved so much dirt. I'm scared. Like, I got up from sitting here and streaming for the first bit for League number 1, and I felt okay, but I didn't feel great. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Don't get stiff, please. So Last God, are you gonna go open your chest and then tell us that you got 3 Ragavans somehow? Is that how it works? All right, Psyducks, thanks again for the gifted subs. And yeah, unless this one somehow implodes to all get out, it should be on YouTube. Should be on YouTube by Friday, I think, because the Mill League will be up Wednesday. This will be up Friday, assuming I keep all my my stuff together. We're against the Potato Phantom. They're 2-2. Let's Dream Crush them and start this league off correctly. Hopefully that will be the case here. And then maybe we'll take a look after this at the new season that started with Marvel Snap. Because we got Hitmonkey. Gotta slap some people with monkey bananas. All right. What's going on with our opponent? They're really thinking about whether they want to play first or not. They rolled a 6, we rolled a 2. Therefore, we will win. We rolled the best number. They just don't know it yet. All right, what's going on, Potato? What's going on, Potato? Oh, here's a question. I didn't check in the last video, but is our mouse really loud? YouTube said it was, but no one here has said it is. I don't like this hands. Let's keep it. It is audible. It's okay. All right, we're against Hammer. This is going to be fun. I kept some Furies. Play another creature. Play another creature. That's boring. It's boring. I'm still going to go ahead and kill these. I have a bajillion Fables here, and we have a backup Fury. It's not quiet. All right. I will stop hitting it so much. That is just me clicking a lot harder than I normally do. Thank you. We'll click less. You know what? Let's pull this away. Let's sit farther back. There we go. It's not bad though. Okay. I think it's just I've been actively hitting the. I like instead of just clicking, I like tap it like this. So I can do better. Should I kill that? Let's hold up Spikefield Hazard here to kill Gingerbrew when they play it on there. Get myself a mechanical mouse. Yeah, I don't know what this one is. I guess it's just a normal-ish mouse. My opponent has 1 card left. Never knows just until that. Feedback's good. I appreciate the feedback. I was just trying to figure it out. A Modest Mouse. Opponent attacks us for 1. Sounds good. Let's just Fury away this and play the Spike Field down. We probably should have just done that. I mean, my opponent's not doing anything here. We need to just put Rabblemaster into play ASAP and kill him. Nice. Middle school in the 2000s. All right, what do you got for us, opponent? An Ornithopter. You got it. I think Rabblemaster is the right play here with my opponent having 1. What's up, J.K. Torborg? And Emiria is our last card from our opponent. So yes, it's most definitely a Rabblemaster now. Rabblemaster, land, pass turn, Fable, pass turn, Blood Moon, pass turn, pass turn, pass turn, win. Let's attack. An extra land for our opponent. Just an Ornithopter. Definitely playing against Hammer. Really not worried about what's going on here. Fable, attack with Goblin Tokens and Rabblmasters. Then pass the turn. We can probably be attacking with Den of the Bugbear next. Oh. Our green opponent. I think it was green, right? No, Young Dingo was playing the crazy land thing. What's up? How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, I guess, Dingoes. We'll guess that's what your folks are called. Yeah, Titanless Titan with the Kahira. That's right. Well, welcome everybody. We play Blood Moon a lot, so we devour lands that are very bouncy here on this channel. We play a lot of red lists. So if you're ready for some red rage, buckle yourself in and take a seat. We are the Dingoes. There we go. I got it. I got it kind of right. Makes sense. We're the wolf pack here. That makes sense, right? I guess we're not called the Fluffies. We're called the wolf pack. What are we playing against? Oh, Hammer. Gosh. Let's do it this way. If I take Fable out, YouTube will yell at me. Let's do it. Take it out. Bringing in Pillage, Braid, Magus of the Moon, and Engineered Explosives. Our opponent's really low to the ground. If I feel like I think I need the Shattering Spree, we'll pick it up for game 3, but I think we don't need to go crazy overboard here. Pillage has double duty here, and while Shattering Spree would be cheaper, I do like the Pillage because it can get rid of some of the peskier lands that we may run into. Not too late to rebrand, is that? No. Any card is playable as long as you have the heart of the cards. We'll keep this hand. Fury is always really good against our poor Hammer opponents here. F6 through this turn and see what we can do. Last God. It's a red card. Pitches. We know what's up. It can pitch. Pillage just picks off random cards. It's really good against control for this match, this list, because you're looking at a lot of times you need just a little bit more time. Let's see if we can get greedy with this Fury. You need just a little bit of time, and in those matchups that are very combo oriented, taking off a land is usually all you need. We like Squee, but not the Dubious Monarch. Smart. Dubious Monarch is just going to throw you all under the bus. We're really not doing a whole lot here. This is very interesting. Let's get even greedier and pass turn time. What's up, Dragon Lord? How you doing? You're a Knight of the Round Table of Evan. I recognize the little waving dog. Were you there for when Evan did his paper trial run? He's got a whole layout going now. It's crazy. All right, Urza Saga. Opponent's going to go get a 1-drop here. What, Shadow's Spear at this point? Not really sure what they're going to get. Yeah, Dancing Gecko. I don't have any dancing wolves. I guess our closest one is... I guess this is our closest one, right? You missed it? You should go watch the VOD. It's all good, though. Boots up Inkmoth Nexus. That's cool. It's not hasty. That was a mistake. Now they're tapped out, so this is a pretty easy. Bone Crusher, the Inkmoth, get less greedy with the Fury. Maybe I just kill the Plains. How about we play Ponza here? Who's ready for 0 lands? This is going to be fun. Pitch Shatterskull to Fury. Blow up everything. What are lands? We're the land destruction deck now. We'll get rid of Shatterskull Smashing because we only need 3 lands here. We got Ragavan and Eidolons. Opponent's not going to have a board. Looks great. Looks great. It's all gone. Our opponent that is in the 2-2 brackets has run into us, the destroyer of all hope. I don't know. Do I just play Bone Crusher or do I play Eidolon Ragavan next? I guess Eidolon Ragavan, like, well, we destroyed their hopes and dreams. It doesn't matter. It's all gone. A Braid's great here. We have the Light Up the Night as well. 2 great removals. Unlikely for our opponent to be able to defend their creature. We could even Light Up and a Braid. Probably going to be dashing in Ragavan this next turn. It's all done. Signed, sealed, delivered. You're out of here, opponent. 1-0. Sadness? No. We are overjoyed. Unless you don't like losing to Blood Moon, then you're in the wrong channel. That's okay, though. We didn't tie any of you 250 dingoes here. You're all free to go if this is hurting your hearts, you multi-land people. I'm happy that we just dished out the sadness. We dished out lots of sadness. They're logging off now. They're gonna go eat a candy bar and go to bed. Sad that they only went 2-3 in their league tonight. Dishing out sadness? Depends. We could dish out sadness, but give you a side of a, like an ice cream sundae to bring you back. What candy bar? It's a good question. What candy bar do you eat when you're sad? Crunch bar? Crunch bar? Almond Joy? Joy for the sadness? Whatchamacallits? Whoppers? What is a candy bar versus what is not a candy bar? Reese's Cups? Is that a bar or not a bar? Twix? Left side or right side? Twix is confirmed. We had a meal plan at the college I went to, and at the end of the meal plan, you had to kind of use up the rest of your dining, and we ended up buying a big box of 3 Musketeers. Ate those like crazy. Got sick. Haven't eaten them since. Too much. Snickers, don't get hungry, be satisfied, right? Not a bar for the Reese's Cups? That makes sense. Being a Reese's Cups person, have you eaten Mallow Cups or other variations of cups? All right, so we're against the next opponent. This looks like it's potentially... what? Rhinos? It's kind of annoying. Probably Rhinos. I've had a Charleston Chew. I have not. I don't know what a Charleston Chew is. Could be Elementals. Could be. I feel like it's probably closer to Rhinos, but we'll see here shortly. I don't know. Do they? The Teamer land. Oh, it is Elementals. You're right. All right. Well, there you go. Check it out. Risen Reef. Where's our Blood Moon? Blood Moon will be played over Lightning Bolt here. Maybe I play Bone Crusher Giant. I will play Lightning Bolts. Even though they have a lot of 4 and above drops, I like having the second Eidolon here. Really put the pressure on our opponent for any small, lower spells. There are other cups. If you have a Cracker Barrel near you, I think they have Mallow cups there. They do not have white right now. Our Revel is great. We have many Revels. But yeah, if you have a Cracker Barrel nearby, I believe they have Mallow cups or other versions. Mallow cups, from what I remember, are like marshmallow filled, which are pretty good. Kind of like s'mores in a cup, sort of. If I remember correctly. Maybe they're not. I shouldn't say that, and then you go and are disappointed that they're not marshmallowy. Anyway, there's other cups. Go try them out. So what is this? 4 mana tapped. It's not Omnath. It's not anything. Full not happy. Violent Outburst. My opponent's going to take a ton of damage here. Cascades to then play something cheaper. Glimpse. Oh. 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 Triggers. Huh. Okay. Whenever land enters, this makes a 5/5. I had a this Omnath as an EDH commander at one point. Mr. Cheeto Fingers, yeah. So I have 2 5/5s here. This is slightly problematic. 2 5/5s is a lot. Guess I'll play this tapped and play a Fable to hopefully draw cards. Then I gotta like double block with Eidolons. I mean, Eidolons are good in this matchup, but I don't know if we're gonna have enough here. My opponent didn't fetch, so they don't have an extra 5/5. Kind of interesting. I feel like if they would have fetched, they'd be in a much better position. Now I don't necessarily have to double block. Cavern of Souls. I wonder if I'm just blocking anyway because I need to not cast into Eidolon or I die. Maybe it depends on how many things they send at me. I hate this because if I block those, I take 3. We're good. Sounds good. Let's go to 10. All right, land. I feel like I have to get rid of both Rabble Masters. See if we can find something else. Oh, perfect. Let's pass and just hope they don't do anything. Maybe they will forget and accidentally cast another Violent Outburst. Oh, we're so dead. Just attack with everything. I kill these, I take 6. Let's block 1 and see where they send it. 3 where? Upstairs. Good play, opponent. Okay. What do I need here? A bolt or something? Fury is definitely interesting. I don't think it's enough to win here. Let's send the team and see what my opponent does. Maybe they'll let all 6 through, and I'll get to Bone Crusher Giant them, which is so unlikely, but you know. Man, talk about living on the edge there. I mean, if I have like 2 burn spells, they're just dead. They saw the line. It's a shame because I could Fury my own 2 Eidolons and then like I'd have Bolt and it'd be lethal. Interesting. All right, Glimpse list. Engineered for those Omnath tokens seems fine. And maybe a Magus of the Moon. This is also the Pillage matchup. I feel like Chandra doesn't do enough here. Too slow. All right, let's play first. There's an Eidolon. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm convinced. I'm convinced. We try this. We're on the play, so maybe it works out for us. We got the Rabble Master. A difficult sideboard choice, a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a weird matchup, right? I mean, we're now doing what, like Rabble Master into Eidolon here? We doing another Eidolon and letting them glimpse on turn 3 again? The red list or their list? Our red list isn't really a legacy list. Red Prison is legacy, but this is... I mean, I guess Red Prison's changed now, hasn't it? We're not really playing. We're playing like a different version of Burn in Modern is what this list is. I wonder if I'm supposed to play Rabble Master next, hoping that they have another like tap land. Go fast and apply pressure. I respect that. Suspends a glimpse. Well, in that case, I think I Rabble Master here. Rabble Master, and then next turn play the other Eidolon and hope that that's enough damage. I mean, it's got to be close, right? Let's yield to all these. Attack with everything past turn. That puts them to 14, and then 2 Eidolons, Rabble Master, and an extra token. We have Fury to try to help clean some stuff up if they get that. Taking us to the kitchen. It's time to make tacos. I like tacos. Tacos are great. All right, they played the heart, the garden. Not the heart. Oh no, Fury. Dang it. That's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. We had the pressure we needed. Fury is a good card for sure. Let's play a Ragavan. Let's play an Eidolon. Glimpse has 2 counters on it. Opponent got rid of a Omnath to do that. Let's go ahead and play Spikefield because there's a chance we play Fury next turn. Attack to get rid of the plant token if they want to. I doubt they will. I'm going to leave the plant token for now. I don't think it's going to punish us just yet. It's another plant token. Maybe we Fury these away. Oh, please don't spin. Please don't spin. Shoot. Down to 11. Let's see what they get. Maybe they'll blank. Maybe they'll blank. Down to 9. They're going to hit a Fury. Yep. This is kind of a blank for them. Kind of. I mean, the Fury gets the board wipe here. And then they just have another glimpse coming off. They have 9 to get through. Makes clue tokens. Gonna spin a glimpse next turn. Next Glimpse is bonkers. It's definitely pretty good. We can kill 2 things here, so let's kill the Fury in case they decide not to, and the token. But you're not wrong, this Next Glimpse is going to be a lot. I guess Glimpse just builds on itself, right? To remark that it's a whiff is kind of weird. Like, if we kept a board presence and they didn't hit Fury there, maybe we have something. But, oh gosh, what's this? All right, another Fury Omnath Foundation Breaker, and my opponent gets to make 4 5/5s here. I don't have an out to this. I have 9 to get through. If I draw Bolt, I have 5, putting them to 4. We're good. You got it, opponent. Yeah, I think we're dead. Ragavan's not going to do it. All right. 0-2 after a 2-1. Seems fit, or 2-0. Seems fitting. A little back and forth. No worries. Keep it moving forward. Going for those 3-2s or better. That's how Modern is, in my opinion. A lot of coin flip matchups. All right, we're on the play. That's a good thing. Speaking of coin flip matchups, we can definitely do this. Gigantha could be Tron. It could also be like what is it, Elementals or something? No, it's Tron. Ah, we're good. We're good. Nice. Eidolon into Blood Moon. Being on the play here is really good. And then speaking of coin flips, we'll be on the play at least 2 times this matchup, so our Blood Moons should be very good. Although we can do a Blood Moon on turn 3. That is a thing, or sorry, turn 2. That's something we are capable of. Let's go ahead and play our Blood Moon here. Attack for 2, pass turn. My opponent may get Boseiju or may get a Forest here. Either is fine. We have an extra Blood Moon we either play, or we go, hey, we're going to just play Rabblemaster and get things done. I think we could probably play Rabblemaster next turn. Forest is obtained for our opponent, down to 18 for them. 15-18, Rabblemaster coming up next. Do we think? Maybe they'll play the Forest and play something off of it. Let's play another Blood Moon here just to be super safe. Always worried about like Boseiju into Tron and everything goes downhill from there. There's a Tron. This is probably O-Stone. Karn, great creator. Okay. What do we go get here? Haywire Might. That is fine. Let's play 1 Fury here, and then we'll play the next Fury. This gets rid of Karn. This will also remove the Haywire Might next turn. Remove a loose term. It'll force it to use its Haywire Might ability. But we have 2 Blood Moons this time around. Opponent does take 2 to play that out. They obviously want to use it as a blocker. I'm going to tell them no. Nice try. 8 puts them to 4. If they cantrip or something, they'll go to 2. Yep, they're going to need 2. They could have them. They did gain life there, right? Yeah, they gain life, so I guess it's not quite what I said. Down to 2 if they cast something. I do have 2 Furies, though, but I don't know if this is going to be enough against a Wurmcoil. Alright, what do we do here? Play Fable into this. We'll play a attack with both Furies. This way we kill the Wurmcoil engine. Keep the life total at where it's at. If we had a Bolt, we would have been able to kill them there. Let's go ahead and play a Rabblemaster and pass turn. Okay. Opponent's going to potentially have 7 here in play, just Karn Liberated, remove my Blood Moon? That would be dangerous for us. Fable gets me a respin here on my cards. That's kind of nice. I think in this case, I probably would have preferred Seasoned Pyromancer. Just immediately draw the 2 cards. Because this Goblin Shaman's not really adding any value. But one of for Seasoned Pyromancer. Just a small one of there. All right, you were asking about Pillage earlier. This is a great matchup for the Pillages. I feel like I'm just out to like cut Chandras a lot this time around. I wonder if I need this stuff. Let's bring 1 Shattering Spree in. Let's take out 1 Abrade and do the other Shattering Spree. And this is strictly just to hit a map on turn 1. Otherwise, just Ragavan into Blood Moon sounds fantastic. Let's just do that again. Let's just do that. We were close. All right, Shattering Spree on turn 1. This gets rid of the map that they're more than likely playing. I just want to keep them off green if I can. Magus of the Moon's actually nice. It avoids the Haywire Might. It's a nice little note there. Opponent did mulligan down to 3 here, 5 cards. I'm going to go ahead and get greedy here. I know they draw, but I'm very happy to take them off of green. It's just something that's scary about green with Greentron. There is a reason it's called that. Forest, okay. Sylvan Scrying? Bummer. We will need our land. Luckily, they're not going to have Tron immediately, but we're not looking great on our 3rd land. What do you got for us, opponent? O-Stone. Okay. Oh, we needed a 3rd land there. Oh, no. We're going to need game 3. Maybe. We'll see. We get Blood Moon. I probably Blood Moon, then they like float, maybe blow it up with the O-Stone. Then I play Magus. All depends on a land here, though. It's all going to be dependent on this land. Them pausing here, I've got to assume they've got things to play. We got greedy with their Shattering Spree. It didn't benefit us. Sometimes like Chromatic Star is just, hey, they want Ancient Stirring or Sylvan Scrying, and it's like, yeah, you want to get rid of that. They don't have the green. You're good to go. In this case, they'd had the green and they had the Sylvan Scrying right after, so that worked all out for them. Long pause here. Turn 4. My opponent put Jegantha to hand and looks like they're going to play Jegantha. Need 1 more land to do Bone Crusher plus. So let's not do that. Cast Ragavan past turn. Not the greatest turn. Missing our land drop again. Urza's Tower. Plenty of mana for our lovely friend over there. Karn, Great Creator. Downtick Liquimetal Coating. I'm hoping that's what they go for. Please go for that. Be greedy. Please. Walking Bliss is not exactly that. Makes a 3/3 Walking Ballista. Do they remove Ragavan here? The answer is no. Let's Bolt Karn and just get rid of that. I have the Bone Crusher Giants. I'm hoping they like block or they do something here. Interesting. Let's go ahead and attack. We could clear their board. It's not crazy. Let's get rid of Fable here. If I clear their board and have something... Oh, I don't clear their board. Hold on. Why am I thinking I clear their board? I don't know why I'm thinking I clear their board. Jegantha is a 5 toughness. All right. Good old Ancient Strains. Karn, Great Creator. I think I'm going to go ahead and just concede. Another Karn I can't really deal with. There's our land, finally. Submit. 2 + 2 = 7, surely? 2 + 2 + 2. Because I was going to Bone Crusher Giant. I don't... Maybe I was hopeful that they were going to just block. Maybe that's what it was. Block the Ragavan instead to keep the... Yeah, they wouldn't do that. I think that's where my math was coming from. 2 from Ragavan if they attack and block and don't shoot it. But why do that? Just shoot it. That's what makes sense. All right, but we're on the play against Tron. We got the stuff that does make them hurt. Let's make it happen. Blood Moon on turn 3. Is it slow? Yes. Is it okay? Maybe. You don't trust math? That's okay. We talked about prime numbers earlier. Opponent mulls to 5. If they play a forest, I will play the Fable first over the Blood Moon. Tower. Map. Looks like we're going to be playing Blood Moon first. I'll play Fable if they miss a land drop here. Boseiju. Now I could play the Fable. This is interesting. I suppose I do because Blood Moon's not needed here. It gives me a creature and we kind of get something going here. Would have been nice to have been able to kill the map since they just did Sylvan Scrying and Sylvan Scrying went and got Urza's Mine. Technically, they don't have a forest after I Blood Moon. So they wouldn't have that green mana that they would need to kill this. Relic. Okay. Good old Squee. Let's say yes. Let's get rid of a Fury and a Raymnot Ruins just to see if I can find another Blood Moon. All right, get our token, play a Blood Moon, because it's really dangerous if my opponent has a lot here. They could probably just with Expedition Map go get a another Boseiju if they have that. This is assuming that their hand has anything worth it. We can follow this up with Squee and Fable next turn. All right, map goes and gets what I presume is going to be a forest for Haywire Mites and future Boseijus. But they don't. They go get Power Plant. Maybe they have a O-Stone? Pops Relic. That's not a good sign for them. Plays Power Plant. Maybe they were thinking they'd have green mana. Plays O-Stone? They have O-Stone. Okay. Fable flips here. I'm going to do Squee. Play Spike Field down. Attack. Do we play anything else? My gut tells me no. End step, Sokenzen plus Fable. My opponent can't deal with this board. We win. So they need a land here. That's a good sign. I think we win. Sokenzen enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Copy, attack. Is that better than Sokenzen? I think so. I think the play here is to play Fury, copy it, and swing. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that would work, 12. And then if they were able to find and blow up Blood Moon, I can Raymnot and kill them next turn. Yeah, so I think it's Fury, hard casts, reflections, copy, attack, team, put them to 1 or 2 or whatever it is. Do the thing. Do the thing. Blood Moon does the thing. 2-1. Rage doing its red thing, just like many red lists in Modern. Tron's an interesting one to be playing right now. Got a lot of red decks to fight through. Many Blood Moons, I'm sure. Didn't find Pillage that game. We did see the Magus. We did get our Shattering Spree. There it is, though. We were on the play. Coin flip matchups. We're on the play here. Does that mean we're going to win? I don't know, but if my theory holds correct, Modern is a little bit of a coin flip matchup kind of thing. So if it is, we have the best odds. All right. Swamp. Swamp Fury. Unfortunately, I don't have the Spike Field Hazard open right now, but this is okay. I assume they're going to try to keep this alive. I can then Fury it back and dash in a Ragavan. Sounds like a good line here. Let's go ahead and do that. Do I dash in the... I think I do dash in the Ragavan. You know what? I could also just play the Ragavan and then have Spike Field open. I've changed my mind. Let's do that. This can't be too bad, right? Taco secured, eating commences. Do you still dislike Blue Tron? You did so well. I don't know how I feel about Blue Tron. Yes, we did well. Not supposed to do well with Blue Tron. All right, Polluted Delta here. Double black, Voidwalker. Okay. To attack, we get to Bone Crush the Voidwalker here. I will see if they have a spell that I get to use instead. The answer is nope. So Polluted Delta, get rid of this, leave up Spike Field, pass turn. Good old Ragavan. Good old monkey making things rough for everyone. Interesting to have double Swamp here, but I guess they didn't want to fetch Shock. Oh, they have a pathway. Okay. Passing the turn back to us. Obviously, we're going to attack with Ragavan. We'll add a little Squee in there as well. I guess Squee deserves to be placed before combat here. I think they'll want to kill Squee over Ragavan personally, but we'll see what they decide. I'm assuming they have a Terminate here. They have a K command. They're picking back up Fury. Interesting. I will attack with Squee. I'm going to put the Spike Field Hazard down. We're gonna need this mana. I am almost certain of it. I'm guessing Fury is going to be played in another Feigned Death, and I can play my Fury. We might go one turn if I top deck a land to see if we could hard cast our Fury, making a Bonecrusher block. That being said, opponent Thought Seizes, plays a pathway, 2 cards. We're gonna do our thing here. I guess I just jam a Bonecrusher over a Blood Moon. Opponent's already got double black. 8-20. Do they find their land to hardcast Fury? The answer is no, and we win game 1. Nice. Okay, Blood Moons are kind of questionable here. I kind of think we need to just attack the graveyard. Maybe not like this aggressively. A few more removal spells. Just ditch the Blood Moons here. Although we can take them off of double black sometimes. I don't think it's going to matter. Let's try those unlicensed hearses. Let's put the Abrades in. Let's cut one Chandra for a relic. Let's cut another Chandra for a relic. And let's not bring the last one in since we have the hearses. So we have Spikefield, relic, hearses to deal with the graveyard. I have lots of removal to kill things if they live and feign death and stay on the board. Fury is the hardest one to kill. Grief, not so much. We'll see how all things all things go here. Mulligan this opening hand, keep this, get rid of Ahsoka Zen, because Fluffy will inevitably screw that up. Ragavan is a good spike field target. It's also a great light up the night target. Doing that because Spike Field has other versatility here. Light up the night is sorcery speed. It's a little slow, but it's a removal. They don't have Feign Death open. They don't have things that are going to keep Ragavan alive there. Let's just do the thing. Blood Crypt tapped and passes back. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and play our Relic pass turn. This is nice. I'm not convinced we're in the greatest spot just yet, but we're doing something. My opponent has a Verdant Catacombs, hasn't played anything. Looks like they're choosing to play just on curve here. Making me wonder if I just Rabble Master here. Let's not. Let's not. We got some bolts, we got Rabble Master, we got Spike Field, we got things to do against our opponent. Let's make them make the first move here. Fetches Blood Crypt, 20 to 19. Slow matchup here. Extra Swamp. Now are we just hard casting? Season Pyromancer. Interesting. Okay. Feign Death, Bloodstained Mire. I'm guessing their draw just turned into a whole lot of nothing. Let's go ahead and draw with Relic. I don't think the graveyard's a problem anymore. Play a Rabble Master. Swing with Rabble Master, pass turn. Got a lot of burn in our hand. Swing with the token Rabble Master makes, not Rabble Master himself. We're up a game. Coin flip. We won the die roll. Maybe a little unfavored here. Another land and they just start casting Furies, which is not great, but I got ways to kill them. So we'll kill this one. Especially since they can't Feign Death here. Bye, Rabble Master. Opponent attacks for 3. 17-19. Just kidding. 2. Leaves Elemental token in case I get a monkey, I suppose. Den of the Bugbear sideways. Pass turn. I wonder if I would Bolt and Spikefield Hazard if my opponent Feigned Death me. So my opponent boots up their own Ragavan. They don't leave anything back this time. Let's kill Ragavan with the Spikefield Hazard because the Bolt does kill the Fury and the Grief. Down to 15. Opponent plays a land, comes into play tapped. Ragavan does not return to hand because it's dead. I guess I'm just going to Den of the Bugbear here. Don't have a whole lot else going on. See if they kill this. They do with a Fatal Push. I'm gonna risk it and just play the Relic and pass turn. Opponent's got 1 card here. I'm guessing they're gonna start activating Castle if they feel they need to draw cards. Opponent plays a land, has 1 in hand. Guess I should properly Relic at end step instead of just yielding the turn. I wonder if they start the Castle stuff or if they just decide no, it's not worth it. Go ahead and get rid of their graveyard, and I guess I'll just pass. Maybe I kill the Seasoned Pyromancer here and eat it with the Relic because it's going to be a pain to deal with if they tap out here. I sort of hate this, but I sort of like it all at the same time, just because the game's at a very weird state here that we're just not doing a whole lot. Okay. Rabble Master's a nice card. Maybe they drew a whole lot of nothing. Blood Crypt is nothing for them. Tax are 1. Just removals. What do you got? What do you have for us, opponent? Okay, I draw Chandra. I'll play Chandra plus Rabblemaster here. It's kind of nice. Rabblemaster would prevent Fury killing the Chandra because it defends the Elemental. They'd have to put some energy towards this Rabblemaster. Terminates Rabblemaster. Now a Fury and Chandra's a no-go here, but if that's not what they have, then Chandra upticking here is definitely some good card value, and it keeps up with the Castle Locthwain that our opponent's using. They've had a few chances to activate this castle, though, so I'm a little bit behind in terms of card advantage in this game. Chandra's going to 4. That keeps it within reach of Fury. Doesn't mean they have Fury. They might just want to keep it there in case they do draw Fury. Turok. And no follow-up. All right. We can down tick on Turok, or we can go up with Chandra. I think card advantage is where we want to be. We don't want to be defensive here. See what we got. Oh, yes. Speaking of card advantage, we'll hard cast Fury off Chandra here, killing Turok and Elemental. It's a good one there. Unlicensed Hearse would obviously be nice, but this is fantastic. Feign Death here. Okay. They keep the Turok alive. It's a 3/2. When you're hot, you're hot. Ooh, I don't know. They just save this. Draw a card. We're a Fury away from them making this a sad day for us. That was good, though. That's exactly what we want. We want Chandra to be generating value. Opponent is clearly flooding out hard, though. There's a lot of stuff that shouldn't be here. Fury 3/1 puts this to 4. This puts this to 1. So we're upticking with Chandra, it looks like. All right, now I got to get rid of a Fury. What up, Squeak? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Can play both. Let's go up to see if we get a Fury of our own. Ramunot. That's a no-go. Play Squee. Play Unlicensed Hearse. Pass turn. I don't know if Chandra's going to stay alive here. I obviously don't attack with Squee here. It's just not a good idea. Squee is in potentially defense mode against Fury hitting our face. Opponent draws with Castle again. Castle's been the winning card this game. Terminates poor Squee. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to not activate Unlicensed Hearse because it would very much die. Okay. Let's eat 2 cards here. We're gonna lose Chandra. Bolt be able to do Squee here. I'm at 5. One plays Grief. Now I need okay, that does it. Fury kills Grief plus Turok. I have Unlicensed Hearse to make sure these don't come back. Fury blocks Fury. Okay. We're doing it. I won't tap Unlicensed Hearse because if my opponent kills Fury, I can activate Unlicensed Hearse off crew. I think that might have been the only out. Because I don't have a board wipe. And they were both at 2 toughness. That might have been the only out. And I already had a Fury in the graveyard, so it was a small out, that's for sure. Opponent attacks. I will block. I'll block. This gives me squee. Okay. Wait till end step here. This is a wild game. This is a good match for him. Let's get rid of their creatures. We'll leave Fury there briefly. I think I can manage this. Spike Field. Get Squee back here. I don't know if I attack here with Squee though. I guess I do. Even though Unlicensed Hearse would be worth 1 point more, I think I attack with the Squee. I can defend a couple things with Spikefield Hazard. Oh. That's unfortunate. We'll eat the last two. Opponent's got 1 card. They're gonna draw. Puts them to 7. Maybe I can get Ramunot, Spike, Bolt. Opponent griefs, so I will send the Spike Field upstairs. Puts them to 6. Now I need a way to get rid of grief here. I have 2 here. I can put them to 4. If they activate Castle again, Bolt is lethal. Removal? Land. We will pass turn. I'm not going to show them I have a land. Uh-oh. Wow. They do not activate Castle. No surprises there. I'm assuming they're going to attack. Griefs again. They get to see that the hand is garbage. I need another Fury, it looks like. Let's go ahead and activate this. So if I can get another Fury, I can kill both. Hope they can't feign them back. Ramunot. I wonder if I could have found 2 damage somewhere. Could I have found 2 damage somewhere? I wonder. This game came down to 2 and 2. Squee can't be activated there. Not enough mana. Close game. Close game 2 here. It's going to come all the way down to game 3. It's crazy. I mean, like, obviously they probably would have stopped using Castle if they were in trouble. Woo! Oh, Bone Crusher. Even Squee attacking. Dang. So my opponent's playing K-Command, making me wonder if the Unlicensed Hearse is not worth it and we just jam the 2 more Chandras to have more power rather than trying to control. The Unlicensed Hearse are maybe better than the Relics, perhaps. Let's do that. Let's bring Chandras in. Let's try it just the Hearses, but I'm hoping that I will be doing enough damage here that it won't matter. His hand is decent. We'll keep. It doesn't interact well with a threat, though. Which I guess is what they try to do. Need more power. Let's see what they do against Ragavan, turn 1. Assuming like Fatal Push, maybe a Fury, Feign Death. There's Fury. Do we keep this around? Yes, we do. All right. So we got to get to 4 mana Chandra down tick. Or we could do that. Which I guess is what we do. And we're going to just Squee right after here. Do this while they're tapped out, obviously. Glad we have the Chandra instead of the Relics. That could have been a Relic instead. Chandra was able to be pitched to Fury. Okay. Got rid of one of the Feign Deaths, one of the problem cards there. Do they have a follow-up? Are they just going to kill Eidolon? Basic Swamp. No current follow-up. We're going to take some damage to play Squee, but that's okay. Or do I dash a Ragavan? I think we take the damage and try to put Squee in here. My opponent's going to have to interact with one of these, and I'm guessing they're going to interact with the Squee if they have the Terminate. Squee has that, you know, nice claws of 4 mana and come back to life. Attack happens, so I guess they don't have the removal. Maybe they have another Fury. Fatal pushes Eidolon, but Squee lives. Take 3. Down to 15. Do they have another Fury to clean the board up? I feel like if they had a Fury to clean the board up, they wouldn't have shot the Eidolon there. Seasoned Pyromancer? Nothing? Show me nothing. Show me nothing. Give me the turn back. We'll dash Ragavan if there's no Rabble Master or I don't know what else I'd want. Maybe I'd play a Fable over Ragavan. I feel like we have the slight upper end here. It's very, very slight though, right now. We're a good removal away from them cleaning this board up. Now, they might have a Fury, but no way to keep it on board. And so they're going, hey, can I take a couple hits from Squee and try to find that? They might also be just like, hey, I need to get rid of this, but then Squee can come back from the graveyard. Is it worth it? Do I need that time? Do I need to not take damage? Do I need to leave something open for if I attack with something else? These are things that our opponent could be thinking about right now. I mentioned Seasoned Pyromancer earlier. That would be a great card for them to play right now. A lot of blockers. Unlicensed Hearse, interesting. Our graveyard is not really a thing. Let's play our land. Let's go ahead and dash in Ragavan. See if we can get a nice 3-drop from our opponent. Squee is the only thing that really comes back from the graveyard, so I guess if they kill Squee, then they can eat it before I can get it back. But other than that, we connect with everything. Opponent takes some serious damage here. Ragavan activates here. We get a Seasoned Pyromancer, probably the best card for us. Let's draw 2 new fresh cards. See if we can't win this game. Flawless cards. Flawless. Great art. Ragavan returns to hand here. Opponent's got 3 lands. Squee is obviously not really a threat if they can kill it because Unlicensed Hearse is here. But my opponent's going to probably need that 4th land to be able to play anything right now. Now, feeling very good here. I got a Den of the Bugbear that's activated. I can activate it. I have Ramunot that I can activate. And I've got Ragavan that I can dash in and out. Opponent's got a Polluted Delta. Fetch for basic would be the thing they can do. But my opponent appears to be doing nothing. Do I boot up Den for the win? Or do I play Ragavan and Fable here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's dash Ragavan and play Fable. I think this is safer. If my opponent gets a removal here and then also follows up with a Fury, at least I have kind of a wide board. I feel like that Ragavan is just enough pressure here over like committing the Den of the Bugbear. Den of the Bugbear is probably safe here, but this feels like it's a little bit safer. K-Commands gets the Fury back. So there's the Fury we talked about. We get to hit for 6. Puts my opponent to 3. Have an extra creature, can dash Ragavan. We have Ramunot here. This is looking good for us. Could find Bolt. Instead, we find their Grief. Can't cast that. Fable in play past turn. So Ragavan goes back to hand. I can dash with that. My opponent can kill 3 things here with the Fury. They kill 3 things. They've got to pitch Fury with red card plus do something else, because killing 3 things is not enough. Leaves me with 2. I dash Ragavan, I win the game. Or I don't even have to dash. I could play Ruins. There we go. We got it. Coin flip. People on the play get the W. That does give us a 3-1, meaning we've got our treasure chests for this league. Let's see if we get a little more here and go for that 4-1 and close out the night with a nice positive record here. I hope everyone's enjoyed themselves along with our Raiders. Got a little bit of taste of red for your evening. It's always good to have your red vitamins. 1 landers, man. 1 landers. By the way, I am on the play here. We'll see how that plays out for us. Man, I'm going to get rid of Fable here. I just like Eidolon a lot better. We're going to curve out hopefully to Blood Moon and see if Blood Moon's good enough in this match. We are on the play. We'll see if that plays out to a W and continues to keep my idea that coin flip modern is a thing. First league was Mill. Blue-red Mill with Blood Moon. Obviously. Uh-oh, Scalding Tarn. Blood Moon might not be very good here against the Ragavans. It's a Ragavan. I probably need to kill that. If our plan is to play Blood Moon here against blue-red Murktide, which is a very difficult matchup, we may need to be pitching. Kind of hate to do it because the Eidolon can put some decent pressure on our opponent, but I'm hoping that they just play another Steam Vents. They play themselves the bird. This works. You think they have Spell Pierce? We're going to find out. This is the line. This does get Murktide lists occasionally, but I'm thinking they have a Spell Pierce here. They don't. All right. We've got a game. Haha, they have another island. It's not good. It's not good. We are probably only like 30% chance to win this at this point. It's going to be a tough one. They choose not to tap out here. Don't want to do that expressive iteration. Leaves up Counterspell. Well, going to run the Fable into the Counterspell. I think if we just play another Blood Moon, my opponent doesn't do anything. They don't counter, so that's good. Get a couple draws here. Currently, Darcy is on the ground. That could change here with a instant speed spell, though. Okay. And very much does. Darcy goes to air as a 3-3. Opponent's got enough blue mana here that they should be able to play their normal game plan while a little bit tied up because they only have 2 basic islands. It's going to be, as we said, very hard for us to win this game. Probably a 3-2 league, but we'll see. We got to fight it. Maybe we can squeak out a win here. Expressive iteration. Opponent's digging for their next threat against us. And something's on top that they like, so they do keep that. Fingers crossed they have 4x Archmage Charm and no 3rd island. Even so, opponent's got more than 4 cards. They've got something they can play, and they haven't played a land. But yeah, there's a Ragavan, Adawara, Ragavan. And this is where I need, like, Fury. I need Fury really bad here. Okay, I'm going to ditch both of these. Sokenson stops Ragavan. That keeps them on only the 2 islands and does make their mana a little constricted here. But this is like, this is not good. Opponent's just going to be hitting us in the air. I have bolts. Maybe we can get rid of this Darcy at some point. They're thinking. They're thinking. They're thinking. I mean, at this point, I don't think they really have to worry about tapping out. I think they just should hit us 4 or 5 turns and be good with it. Counter anything relevant. Move on to game 2. What does our game look like here? Blocks, tokens, and tokens here. I wonder if I double block. Double block seems aggressive, but it would guarantee the Ragavan dies. Let's do it. I'm assuming my opponent doesn't have 2 removals. Murktide? 5/5 or above Murktide here, and I can't kill it. There are 2 instants or sorceries down there, and it starts as a 3/3, so it should be a 5/5. That made Dragon Rage smaller. We're close. Let's play the Chandra, remove Dragon Rage Channeler, get their attention on the Chandra for a turn. Maybe I get lucky here, and in 2 turns I have Reflections plus Fury, and they have no counter spell and no spot removal. Maybe. Expressive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is definitely one of our worst matchups. Let's keep it going. Lightning Bolts, that's a really good one. Mishra's Bauble, that's pretty good as well. I like these Mishra's Baubles they have. I like that art. Bolts, Chandra, not Reflections. Baubles, 4 card types. Attacked me for 5. Didn't even care about Reflections. Interesting. They must have an Unholy Heat in their hand. I find that fascinating. Well, we'll try another Fable here. I suppose that doesn't hurt. Fable resolves. Copy the token just to get more mana, potentially for next turn to do something fancy. Attack for 2. I am taking 5, and if they have Bolt, I'm dead. So maybe that's why they did what they did. Considers. Okay. My opponent gets Bolt or another Murktide, they win. Looks like they have another Murktide here. Maybe not. 5 mana. It's a Murktide. Grows by 3. Kills us in the air. Okay. Well, we have the graveyard, and I guess I'll go after it. Let's just get rid of all the Blood Moons and see if we can't just be aggressive and get rid of the graveyard. It's about all I have. We could try a Pillage. Pillage is probably not going to do enough. Let's just do this. Blood Moon has an effect on them. It can be great on turn 2. It can be great. Like we were seeing, it was slowing our opponent down, but it's not like a stop. And when they've seen it, they're going to fetch appropriately. It's really rare that it does affect them. In our prison style matchups, we'll keep it in because it's kind of our only thing we got going on against them. here we have at least some interactions for the graveyard. So I like to at least try that to keep creatures on the ground, no Murktides, and see if we can't just beat them that way. Got repetitive squeeze, Goblin Rabblemasters, and Eidolons is a lot of pressure. So we'll see if it's enough pressure, and if we get enough of it on the battlefield fast enough that they can't interact with everything, then we got a chance. But that's kind of what we do. We're going to throw everything at them and hope that they have more counter spells than removal. If that's the case, we'll have a game 3. Let's do it. All right, we're going to play first. It's okay. Keeps control of the graveyard. Has removal for a creature. It's at least worth trying. For science. See if this card is all it's cracked up to be for us. Opponent mulls to 6. That's something. Something. All right, here we go. Pass the turn. Spire Bluff Canal. Say Relic as well. Let's try Relic here. Guessing this is Spell Pierce. Okay, pass turn. There's Monkey. They did not dash it in though, so that's a thing. Let's go ahead and kill it. They're on 1 land, and then let's play an Unlicensed Hearse and see what we can do. I'm down for this. This is maybe as good as it's gonna get. Let's go. All right. Yeah, Red Rage. Yep. Trying to, at least. All right. I just kind of want to kill Ragavan again. What am I pitching to do this? Let's give Rabblemaster a chance to shine. The Rabblemaster could be really good with our Den of the Bugbear in play. And if my opponent's taking the turn to kill Rabblemaster, at least we have another pinger, which is this goblin token that's been created. So it's something here. Opponents obviously kept the 1-lander with Ragavan. We talk about that a lot. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. I believe they have to kill Rabblemaster here, though. Does look like they're going to wait on this. I'm going to crew this turn because they're tapped out of red. And this is 4 damage I can get in. I have Bolt to protect against a creature that I am worried about, and I don't believe they'll have Murktide mana here. Little Ledger Shredder. Do they have a follow-up? They go to follow-up. They kill a token. We'll respond by killing Ledger Shredder here. If I draw a land, we dented the Bugbear here. Opponent's tapped out. This is that kind of pressure we're hoping to apply to our opponent. Drew a land, but it's not the right land. Let's get rid of some spells here. Just pass the turn and not attack with the goblin just to prevent Ragavan attacking us. 14 versus 15 is not a lot of a difference here. Expressive for our opponents. This is where we've kind of created enough pressure here, and I'm hoping with enough pressure, my opponent's too far behind. This expressive gets them back a little bit. They really stumbled right there at the beginning, really leaning on the Ragavan to get their next land faster than they did when they just naturally drew. These islands, by the way, are very nice. I like these. Speaking of art and lands and stuff like that, that's why we play these. What did they find? Ragavan, but unable to play the Ragavan. We have a Ragavan. Let's continue to eat their graveyard here. Let's dash in the Ragavan, since my opponent is tapped out of blue here, or tapped out of red, sorry. This gives us a little bit more mana. Maybe I'll hit something interesting from them. Down to 12. Steam Vents. We'll pass. So now they know about our Ragavan. We've got a very hefty, unlicensed hearse. Viridian's not wrong. This is going to probably be what works for us. If my opponent taps out in any fashion, I'll maybe dash Ragavan if they... I guess they would kill it in combat, but... It definitely is kind of that world where unlicensed hearse might be the last points of damage that we might need here. Killing here, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we go for the unlicensed first, or do I keep the graveyard checked here? My unlicensed hearse is only a 6/6. I say that like that's bad or something. Let's crew it. I think my opponent picked the wrong time here. Should have waited until combat. There's only 2 card types, so I don't think the unlicensed hearse is 3 card types. Yeah, we're fine. 7. Oh, petty theft. There you go. Nice. Okay. I can respect that. Play this down. We have 2 mana in case of Spell Pierce. Let's go ahead and eat some stuff again. Pass turn. All right. Unlicensed Hearse put enough pressure. Opponent had to Brazen Borrower. Opponent's got 1 card here in their hand. Again, running out of resources. We got a nice Den of the Bugbear. I can eat their graveyard and keep that in check. Another expressive we're having to deal with, but things are looking pretty good here for game 2. We're going to be on the draw in game 3. If they get a decent hand, it's going to be an uphill battle. But this is proving pretty nice. In our experiment here, Relic versus the unlicensed Hearse, a little bit later because it's a 2-drop, but it's proving to be very potent here. All right, let's try a Den of the Bugbear rather than putting a Fury into play. The idea is Den of the Bugbear is a lot harder to kill. And so if my opponent needs to kill it, they need to do it now. Get to hit with a nice section of damage here. Put them to 5. Let's eat the stuff that won't grow the graveyard here when they do the Fiery Islet. Maybe they put the Brazen Borrow into play, but it looks like game 2 is ours. So we'll see what game 3 holds. You like the ones with the ley lines? A lot of burn, yeah. Burn players don't like the leyline version, and they're not too happy. Leylines kind of get outperformed in a lot of lists now, but maybe Leyline of Binding's not going to be played as much, and play some more leylines in the future. All right, we're on the draw now. I'm wondering if I need, instead of like Eidolons, I need some Abrades, or maybe instead of 2 Chandras, the Abrades. Actually, let's take 1 Fable and bring a Chandra back in. This gives us interaction. This Light Up the Night I'm thinking about, but we're gonna stick with the hearses. Let's stick with the hearses. Ooh, this hand is so close. Opponent kept 7. All right, I'm gonna keep it. I'm hoping they play Ragavan here and I just get to kill it. Okay, I didn't. We're gonna jam the Relic and pass turn. I'm assuming Spell Pierce? No. Okay. The Lightning Bolt and a Consider. I wonder if they kept a hand with Consider, or Consider Ragavan, trying to find their second land here. My opponent has been greedy a few times this game. We have the graveyard checked right now with the Relic. We're getting to experiment with that. 2 Sparbluff Canals. They just have Counterspell up. We'll pass. That's not the scariest opener. I'm going to need to hit this land, though, on curve. Expressive. Okay. Wonder if we pop Relic here. Especially if they're tapped out. Misty. Well, they're not tapped out. Keep graveyard checked or try to progress our game. I really need to hit this land. If I don't hit this land, I think it's going to be bad. Yeah, I agree. Progress is good. It's a tap land. It's not great. There we go. All right. And now we play Fable. We play Hearse. Leave up stuff. Good Rabble Master. I have a feeling my opponent has a removal spell here. I was thinking of Rabble Master Squee with the idea that, yeah, we're just kind of playing. Man, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Fetch, Bolt, you do it. You got it, opponent. By the way, they're not respecting Blood Moon. Maybe I should have kept those in. All right, Unholy Heat. We have some removal pieces here, so I can deal with Ragavans. I could deal with Darcy's if they show up. My opponent is kind of just playing like super defensive, though, so I don't expect them to make any moves where they tap out here. We're going to just have to start forcing things through and seeing if I can get through the counter spells or whatever they're holding that's interactive. Maybe they just have a lot of bolts on Holy Heats, too. Maybe they're expecting me to play a lot of creatures and they're just going to kill them. I mean, we have been playing a lot of creatures. Scalding Tarn played. Fetch. Island, finally? Island. Good job. Ledger Shredder. They tap out here. Plays a second Ledger Shredder. I don't have a way to kill both of these. But I might have a way to kill one if they... I can kill the one that's coming into play, I guess. I'm a little scared that if this one grows, though, and then I play, like, Bolt plus Hearse... Okay, it didn't grow. Rabble Master. I need to kill one of these, don't I? I don't want to connive the other one, but I feel like I have to Hearse. Maybe they won't. Maybe they're flooding out. I'm going to get the Hearse into play. Please don't grow. I know I'm asking a lot. Don't grow. One turn. Don't grow. Then play 2 spells, grow, and then I kill it with Chandra. Please don't grow. Please don't grow. Yeah, and if it grows, don't counter Chandra. Now it's bigger. Dang it. All right. Lead to 2 things and pass turn. I guess if they play 2 things, I top deck Fury, Chandra, and pitch Fury. It's a thing I could do. But Ledger Shredder it's gonna be hard to kill. It's a 2/4. Gets to a 3/5, and we're in a lot of trouble. We need to borrow an Unholy Heat. Maybe Ragavan hits an Unholy Heat and we get it, but it's asking a lot. Please, Ledger Shredder, don't kill us. 3 mana. Okay. I mean, Blood Moon would be great. They're in the sideboard. I expected my opponent to fetch a little more appropriately. So Mishra's Bauble takes a look at the top of our library. Get that information. Seasoned Pyromancer. Does this grow? They have only one open here, but that's definitely Spell Pierce territory. If this grows, we're kind of doomed. Maybe I play Fable next. Grows Fable with land off the top. Oh gosh, it's a 3/5. Top deck Fury, try to run Chandra out there. They have a Braid down here. They don't care about the graveyard. That sucks. That's no good. The Lightning Bolt down here too now. In with the 3/5. Can I see a Fury? They'll know it's coming too. That's kind of no good. Let's eat 2 things. Land, play Fable, pass turn. Fable giving me a chance to draw into Furies. It also plays around the Spell Pierce. Pass turn. That's about it. Considers. This fills up the graveyard potentially. They keep the top card. Uh-oh. Wow. Oh no. Expressive? Expressive. They are several cards down compared to us. Mishra's Bauble plays that. Ledger Shredder's doing its thing. Left 6, we have no actions this turn. Yeah, this isn't the deck we switched off Mill from League number 1. Red Rage is... pretty sure I have a Red Rage version. Say anti-Leyline. This might have Stormbreath instead of Unlicensed Hearse in the sideboard. That would be the primary change. I think that's the link. I guess I'll block Seasoned Pyromancer. I know the extra mana would be kind of nice here, but I also don't want to die. Oh, there's the Fury. We'll ditch Squee because I can grab Squee from the graveyard. I have an opportunity to potentially kill Ledger Shredder. Potentially. Yeah. Like, I don't think I go for it here. I think I, like, play Rabblemaster and then pass turn. And think about Fury of Braid or something like that with the Fable being flipped. Try to live a few turns. If they tap out here, they don't tap out. Do we think they have a counter spell here? I could try to abrade the Ledger Shredder, and then I could Fury it away. I'm gonna do it. I think this is our chance. We either get this or we don't. I think they have Counterspell here. I'm going to ditch everything to try to get rid of this, but that's, I think, just where we're at. Flip Fable, and then crew Unlicensed Hearse and try to kill them that way. If we get there, we get there. If this is all stopped, I think they just had all the answers for us. Oh yeah, they saw a lot of cards. All right, well that worked. By Chandra, High Fury, counter. Nice. There's the first counter we've seen of this match. Had to test it. So this is a 4-6 now. We really can't kill this easily. Fable's gonna flip, and this is gonna be 6, it looks like, which is pretty strong, but we're getting hit for 5 here. Any burn spell, and it's a 2-turn clock. Draw with Fiery Islet. I think it was an okay spot to try that. I mean, we needed the Fury pitch plus something else to kill Ledger Shredder when it went up to 5. I like the try. I think Unlicensed Hearse has done really well in this matchup. Making me wonder if just 2 Unlicensed Hearse and then get rid of the relics would be okay, just to see if we can then bring in something else that helps with this matchup, because we have a lot of problems with it. But yeah, my opponent's got 28 cards left in their library. I have 45. They've seen tons and tons of cards here. Well, that's a card. 2, 3, 4. Does 5 damage, not 6. Well, let's play Squee. Let's play Squee for fun. Why not? Archmage Charm? 4. If this is Cryptic Command, we'll concede on the spot to our opponent. Okay, Subtlety. I think I'm good with a concede here. That was a fun one. 3-2 overall. Red Rage doing its thing. Doing the 3-2 thing. Runs up against a difficult matchup, it's going to struggle, but in general, we can usually put the pressure on and then make them stumble a little bit with Blood Moon. It's the closest thing that we have in terms of like a prison style thing of just making our opponent stumble, but not lock them out. Stumbling and not locking them out is kind of the name of the game in Modern now. Locking an opponent out is exceptionally difficult these days, but it probably can still be done. It's just a little more difficult. We had a lot of graveyard hate. We probably could take out maybe a pair of relics and stake with the Unlicensed Hearse. Red Black Scam, Murktide. There's a few other lists that the graveyard matters, so I wouldn't abandon this totally, obviously. I'd have 2 or 3 always in the sideboard. But maybe we have something else. I don't know. Maybe it's time to go back to some boils. Who knows? There's got to be a way to target that Murktide list better for us to increase the matchup. And it might be something kind of way out there like a boil or Word of Seizing or something ridiculous. Like, let them make the big Murktide and just steal it. How crazy would 6-mana Chandra be? 6-mana Chandra is fine to play. However, it almost never has won me a game personally. It's just too slow. Yes, giving them a gift, as we like to call it, and making them take that damage every turn is big. But in many cases, and in the Murktide case, for example, it's just the Murktides are usually just too big. Too big. We're not playing the bridge. When we play prison, the bridge does a really good job at stopping this stuff. But it's just, if they get that big Ledger Shredder, that big Murktide, or we just don't have quite enough removal and they're just hitting us with a 3-3 every turn, I mean, that results in a game loss, obviously. It's just difficult. It's difficult. This list does well versus our prison list just because it has so much removal, but it just never seems to line up correctly, and that's the thing that we haven't really ever figured out for that matchup specifically. For a lot of the other matchups, we seem to do pretty okay. That one's the reason that we don't see a lot more 5-0s with this list. 3 2s and 4 1s though. We have plenty of those. Plenty of those.